Some people say change takes years. That transformation demands struggle, hustle, and endless waiting. They tell you that manifestation is nothing more than luck, or worse, fantasy. But those people are trying to move the outer world with the same energy that created it. They're pushing from the 3D when real power begins from within. Because reality doesn't shift by what you want, it shifts by what you are. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes, it mirrors your identity. Who you believe yourself to be is the command your subconscious gives to creation. When you embody the version of you who already has it, when your thoughts, emotions, and energy align as if it's already done, reality scrambles to catch up. That's when time bends. That's when doors open before you even knock. That's when things start falling into place so perfectly that others call it luck. But you know, it's alignment. This is not about begging life to change. It's about becoming the kind of person who no longer needs to beg. You stop chasing. You start commanding. Because when your inner world changes, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. There's a state of being, I call it the God frequency, where you stop negotiating with reality and start authoring it. In this state, your word is law. Your decisions are declarations. Your assumptions are blueprints for creation. You don't wait for proof. You become the proof. You no longer hope for miracles. You expect them. Because you know that your mind isn't reacting to life, it's projecting it. Everything you experience begins as thought. The subconscious doesn't recognize inside from outside. It doesn't say, this is me, or this is them. To the subconscious, it's all one signal. So every belief, every reaction, every comment is a command to the system that designs your world. When you say, nothing ever works for me, your mind says, understood. When you say, I always meet the right people, your mind says, understood. You are programming the simulation, line by line, through every thought you repeat. Your subconscious is not your enemy. It's your most loyal servant. Its only job is to keep you consistent with what you say and believe to be true. That's why the same experiences keep showing up. Not because life is against you, but because you've been describing it that way. Your subconscious listens and creates accordingly. So the question becomes, what are you telling it? You might think you're simply reacting to the world, but your reactions are the next set of instructions. Say, life is hard, and it obeys. Say, people can't be trusted, and it arranges that truth. Say, everything flows for me, and suddenly, everything does. Your outer world is a mirror, and the reflection won't change until you change what's standing in front of it. That's why the work isn't outside. It's internal. It's identity work. Every result you see, every delay, every success, every pattern is a projection of who you think you are. When you shift identity, you shift timelines. Imagine your subconscious as a powerful projector, streaming your beliefs onto the screen of reality. You don't fix the movie by scratching the screen. You change the film that's playing inside. And the moment you decide to play a new story, life begins editing itself to match. So here's the truth. You don't need to earn the reality you want. You only need to become the person who naturally lives in it. Stop asking, when will it happen? And start declaring, it already has. Because creation doesn't wait for time. It waits for decision. Now, let's talk about the two keys that unlock everything: God state awareness and identity embodiment. 1. The God state awareness. The God state is when you stop seeing yourself as separate from what you desire. You realize you and your desire are one expression of the same consciousness. It's not ego, it's awareness. It's understanding that life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. In the God state, you stop begging the outer world to change. You become the cause, not the effect. You assume differently. You think differently. You hold yourself in the frequency of "it is done," and reality rearranges itself accordingly. 2. Identity embodiment. Identity embodiment is the moment you stop acting as if, and you start being. You don't pretend you're abundant. You think, feel, and move like someone who already is. You don't try to believe. You live from belief. You shift your self-image so completely that the old version of you simply dissolves. And because the outer world is a mirror, it has no choice but to update to match the new reflection. When you combine these two, the God state and identity embodiment, you tune into a frequency where reality bends for you. Synchronicities multiply, opportunities appear, people say yes for no reason, and what once looked impossible becomes routine. You begin to live in what I call flow certainty, the knowing that everything is aligning in your favor, even when you can't see it yet. Let's anchor this state right now. Repeat these words with intention, not hope, but knowing. I am the source of all creation. Life moves for me, not against me. Every moment rearranges itself for my success. The right people, the right timing, the right ideas, all align effortlessly. I walk with calm confidence because I know it's already done. My energy leads. The world follows. I am certain. I am aligned. I am the living proof. Let that sink in. Because repetition isn't just habit, it's reprogramming. Every time you affirm your identity, you rewrite the script your subconscious is following. And the universe, obedient to that signal, projects a new movie frame by frame. So, from this moment forward, stop narrating struggle. Stop labeling delays as failures. If something seems paused, it's not denial, it's divine rearrangement. If you feel lost, you're not off track. You're being guided to a higher path. You're never being punished. You're being positioned. And when you trust that, everything starts to click. When you wake up each day, remind yourself, I live in the version of reality where everything works out for me. Because you do. Because you decided to. Every decision you make from that energy, every thought you hold with certainty, sends a ripple through the quantum field, aligning every detail to match. That's how reality bends. That's how time folds. That's how manifestation becomes natural. And when people ask, how did you do it? You'll smile, because it was never about doing. It was about being. You didn't chase outcomes. You embodied alignment. You didn't try harder. You became clearer. You didn't wait for proof. You decided to believe. And reality, loyal, obedient, and responsive, had no choice but to follow your command. So today, stand in your power. Speak your truth. Hold your frequency. Because life doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your identity. Decide who you are. Embody it completely. And the world will reshape itself around that choice. You are not becoming powerful. You already are. You're simply remembering. This is the essence of manifestation. Not effort, but embodiment. Not luck, but law. Not reaction, but creation. And when you live from that knowing, when your energy leads, life cannot resist. It must bend. It must align, it must deliver, because that is universal law, and you are the author.